I'm Rehan, and this is my co-author Bob Miglani. We are in Bangalore as we shoot this. I want to talk to you about the first chapter in our book, which is about being prepared in life. Preparation solves a lot of issues. If you go into something unprepared, your chances of getting lucky with it or getting successful with it are extremely low. However, if you are prepared and you take up a task, start a new venture, apply for a job, make an investment, your chances are much higher.
Yes, absolutely. I think the one of the examples that I had in the book, Make Your Own Luck. By the way, the book is called Make Your Own Luck. It's really about doing the unconventional things that really accelerate the chance of success. So let me give you an example exactly of things being prepared. Give you a quick example. I wanted a job. I was out of college. I applied for a job. I got a rejection letter from Pfizer. I applied for a job at Pfizer as a sales rep. But that rejection letter had a number at the bottom. I called the number, even with the rejection. I called that number, I took a chance, and I got through to the assistant to the vice president of sales. And I asked her, can I please have 5 minutes with the VP to get an interview? All I wanted is an interview. I called her day one, I called her day two, I called her for 20 days. She finally gave me a chance to talk to the VP of sales. I had 5 minutes. I said, please, sir, I just want an interview for a sales job. That's all I wanted, I just want an interview. He said, fine, you got it. Now that's not the story, okay? That's not the secret. The secret is not about me taking a chance to phone her and to follow up, even after a rejection, after 20 times calling her. That's not the issue. What really, it was the success that really accelerated my success was the following. I had 30 days to prepare for an interview, a massive interview, a life-changing interview. So what did I do? First thing, I asked myself, what do they really want? What are they looking for? And what they were looking for was an amazing sales rep. I wasn't. I was a kid out of college. I didn't know anything. So the second thing is what I said, well, what makes, I asked, I was curious, what makes a great sales rep? I didn't know. And so what did I do? I learned. I went to the public library in New Jersey where I lived, and I read 30 books, the top books on the salespeople, on what makes the best salespeople. And I distilled all those 30 books into 10 traits that make great salespeople. 10, that's it. And then I went beyond that. So I read all those books, I prepared, I learned, I went beyond that. I created a presentation, not a resume, but a presentation about what those traits were and how I had those traits. I learned those traits. And so what I did was, I went to the meeting, I went to the interview, I presented top 10 reasons to hire Bob. And I looked at those traits and I said each one of those traits matched to what I did in my experience and what I was. And at the end, I asked for the job. We talked a little bit further. That night I went home and I had a phone call that night saying, you got the job. And it was the greatest thrill of my life. That was a result. I was one of the youngest people to be hired in those days at Pfizer as a sales rep. Pfizer had a sales rep of 10,000 people in America at the time. And through that, I grew. I became a #1 sales rep for Pfizer. But here's the point of the story that's in your Make Your Own Luck. The story is, be curious, learn, become an expert, really understand the customer, the person you're speaking with, and learn as much as you possibly can. Become an expert at it. Prepare. That's the key to making your own luck, is being and preparation.
Absolutely.
So that's my story about
Absolutely.
getting ahead and accelerating
Absolutely.
that. Preparation, when it meets opportunity, is success. So Rehan,
Absolutely.
tell a little bit about preparation, your story. You've got a great story as well.
Yeah, so exactly, and similar to Bob, my story in my investments is also around preparation. I often get asked, how did I get lucky with Dhruva? How did I get lucky with Ola, both of which became $1 billion company? How did I get lucky with Farmeasy, which is on its way to becoming $1 billion company? And other great companies like Go Mechanic, Country Delight, Fab Alley, and many others. I studied those subjects very, very deeply. And the way I invest is I study a domain, I study, let's say, finance, right? I'm making a lot of investments in fintech these days. So I deep dive into lending, I understand the nuances of lending. And then when I go out and I look for investments or they come my way, I am prepared and I can make a deduced choice over there. In Ola, the backstory is that when I made this investment in 2010, I had spent prior to that a year studying ground transportation and all the different cuts of ground transportation. So when the company came my way, I could make the decision to invest in it when others passed on it. And after I invested in it, I could add value by bringing in my learnings into the company. So the first lesson in our book, right, and is the fundamental lesson of the book, is be prepared in life before you get into something, whether it is asking for a job, making an investment, undertaking a startup, launching a marketing program, hiring someone, rolling out an operation, and so on and so forth. Preparedness helps you increase the odds of success.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.